Hello, dear traders. How is everybody doing today? I want to welcome everybody to Olymp Trade. My name is Angie. I am a financial analyst with Olymp Trade. Today we're going to have a masterclass and we're going to speak about the Bollinger Bands indicator. As well as the Inversion Bollinger Bands indicator. I'll explain how the indicators work, and I'll show you how to combine them with other indicators to get a confirmation signal for entry points and stuff like that. So as always, let's go ahead and check the sound in the picture. Please let me know in chat if you can hear me and if you can see me well. You can let me know what country you're joining me from. Just give me a shout out as always. You can just put a plus sign, whatever the case may be. Or like Ashu just sent a pumpkin. So while I'm waiting for your replies in chat, my friends, I do want to remind you to please make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and ring on the notifications bell so that you're always in the loop on the latest. And likewise, I do want to remind you that we have social networks. We have a lot of different releases and other contests that take part on these social networks. So definitely check out Facebook, Instagram, and obviously you're already on YouTube. Woohoo! Alrighty, let me just check in chat. Yes, green screen. Do you like my backgrounds? I have a few different ones. I have like an orange one and a blue one, so I'm trying to switch it up with, my different colors. Arun Kumar, I can see you from India. Welcome, welcome. Malone is asking about risk-free trades. You'll have to wait until the end to find out. Yogesh Love from India. Love, love. Hiran is from India as well. Moak, loud and clear, India. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for that confirmation. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and switch to the platform here. So basically, I do want to go ahead and first I'll go ahead and explain the indicators. So we'll start with the Bollinger Bands, the regular Bollinger Bands. And you can find them in the indicators section. So basically, right here is the Bollinger Bands. I'm going to apply it to our chart. So basically, the Bollinger Bands is a technical analysis tool developed by John Bollinger in the 1980s. The indicator is displayed as three lines. We have the middle line, which is basically just the simple moving average with a default period of 20. And we also have the upper and the lower boundary, which is displayed above and below the middle line, the SMA. So they're splayed above and below the SMA according to standard deviation. Now, my friends, by default, the standard deviation is chosen at 2. And there is a complex calculation, and actually I'll go ahead and share it with you just so that you can take a peek. Now, I love math, and I think it's exquisite. It's amazing. I think the whole world evolves around math, but I'm not a super mathematician, so I'm just glad that all these configurations are basically already in the indicator. And likewise, I just want to basically show you the mean is going to be our simple moving average, the simple moving average of 20. And basically, we have 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviation, and 3 standard deviations. So by default, what we see on the chart is the 2 standard deviation. Just very, very, very quickly, I'm not sure if this is interesting for you, but basically what these numbers mean is that the data is going to be contained within the 1 standard deviation, 68.3%. But there is a chance that it's going to move beyond these lines towards the 2nd standard deviation, and the price is going to be contained within the 2nd standard deviation at 95.5%. But there is a chance that it's going to move beyond the 2nd standard deviation towards the 3rd standard deviation, and it's going to be contained within that deviation at 99.7%. Let me go ahead and switch back to my platform. I'm sure if you guys want to look more into the mathematical, the calculation, you can definitely check that out on different websites. So basically, the standard deviations, they basically tell you how far the price is from the middle line, the 20 SMA. So the outer bands, they help us to identify if an asset is overbought, too expensive, or if it's oversold, it's too cheap. But just because the price is at or near the top Bollinger Band or the bottom Bollinger Band, it doesn't mean that we start buying or selling. We have to look at additional factors. For example, is the market trending? Do we have a trend on the market? Or are we, for example, approaching a reversal? So, the trend is maxed out. Or maybe the market is calm and moving sideways. Because, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and show you, during a trending market, the price, for example, right here, I'm looking at the Euro US dollar right now. We're looking at the 4-hour time frame. So basically, whenever, right here, we have an uptrend. And as you can see, during a trend, whether it be an uptrend or downtrend, the price will remain overbought or oversold for a prolonged period of time. So basically right here we have an uptrend, and in this case we can use the Bollinger Bands to trade up from the bottom Bollinger Band or from the middle 200 SMA, 20 SMA. And likewise, let me just show you right here. So we could trade up from the bottom Bollinger Band, up from the bottom Bollinger Band, up from the bottom Bollinger Band, because we have an active uptrend. Okay, and we would have a likewise scenario, for example, right here during a downtrend, we can trade down from the middle 20 SMA, or if it would touch, the outer, the top, the band. The main idea here is to mainly trade in the direction of the main trend, and this is, whether we are talking about support and resistance trend lines, or if we're using the Bollinger Bands, if there is a trend on the market, you generally want to trade in the direction of the main trend. But we do see these bounces from the top of the Bollinger Bands, but again, this is going to be considered counter trend trading. So we are trading against the main trend on the corrections. And you can definitely use this as well, but as a general rule, it's recommended to trade in the direction of the main trend. So, my friends, how can we, for example, identify reversal points with the Bollinger Bands? Let me just switch to the one day time frame for a brief moment. I do have a few examples here for you. Now, what we can do is whenever the price is near the upper or the lower band, what we can look for is for reversal candlestick patterns. For example, I do have a few interesting examples for you. So once again, this is the daily time frame, and let me go ahead and take this one off. I'm going to take them off one by one so that I can explain to you what I'm seeing. So basically what we can see here, the price is actually, it's breaching this, the bottom band. But what we can see is a bullish engulfing. This is not a complete bullish engulfing, but we do have a strong green candle that overlaps the previous red candle. I checked the prices here; they opened at the same price right here, but we do see a big green candle. Or, for example, right here, this is actually a full bearish engulfing. Whenever you put your cursor on the candle, in the bottom left corner is where you can see all the parameters: the price opening, the price closing, the price high and the price low. So the way that you can check if it's an engulfing, so the price closing right here was 1.23242. The price opening here was 1.23243. So 1 pip, but higher. So it completely engulfed this previous candle. And as you can see, we're at this top band. So this was, you don't want to start trading here and then, the price comes back here. So you can use additional things, for example, candlestick patterns, reversal candlestick patterns, to see where the reversal is likely to start. And as you can see, the price did start moving down here after the bullish engulfing. We'll come back to this yellow line. It's a different situation. And right here, let me go ahead and take these off as well. Right here, we can see this big red candle gapped down from this rejection of higher prices. So as you can see, the price did start moving down. And right here, we see not a complete, but like a piercing line, because they did open at the same level, but the price closed more than halfway above the previous red candle. So this was just basically kind of like an example of a few candlestick patterns. And as you can see, the price did start moving in the direction of the reversal. My friends, I recently had a really cool stream on different candlestick patterns where I go over, like the basic ones for the three green soldiers, the piercing line, the morning star, the hammers, engulfings, and stuff like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and share this link with you in chat. So you can check it out, so you can get familiarized with the different candlestick patterns as well as reversal patterns. Alrighty, so now my friends, how else can we use Bollinger Bands? We can apply another Bollinger Bands indicator and change the standard deviation to 3. Let me show you how this works. Basically, we just go into the indicators and we apply just another Bollinger Bands. And as you can see, it kind of gets more shaded in. But what we'll do is we'll take the second indicator and we're going to switch the standard deviation from 2 to 3. And we'll also adjust the color, for example, to pink. So basically now we have like 2 levels of support and resistance. And as you remember, let me just very briefly come back here. Remember, with the 3 standard deviations, the price is maintained within that block, within that area at 99.7%. Alrighty, so and actually this is a strategy that's called the double Bollinger strategy, and this strategy actually works well on lower time frames. And what we have to look for is a touch or a breach of the third deviation band. Now, we do have a lot of volatility here right now. There must have been, I think there was a CPI release. I really wasn't following that much. But let me just show you on some examples here. So we want to get just a brief second here. So for example, right here, a breach, and we start moving down. A breach, and then we start moving out. Now, my friends, of course, these, or right here, for example, a breach of the third deviation, and then we start to move up. Obviously, these, or for example, right here, a touch of the third deviation, standard deviation, and then we start to move up. So basically, this is another way that you can use the Bollinger Bands. So you can apply another Bollinger Bands to the chart and have yourself a strategy, the double Bollinger Bands. Now, I also want to mention that what we can do is we can get an additional helper, and we can also use the RSI oscillator. So basically, one more time, you just go to the indicators and we'll apply the RSI oscillator. And basically, this kind of, it helps us to identify these entry points. Give me just 1 second. So I have my RSI. So for example, right here, so we have a breach of the third standard deviation. We have a tiny breach of the 30 mark on the RSI. So we're oversold and we're coming right back. So it's a confirmation. Let's see here. Well, we weren't here. Let me just show you some more examples. What was a breach here? Or so, for example, right here, so we had this touch right here, and then we started to move down. Well, we can see that the price is very close to being oversold on the RSI as well. Well, I mean, here we can see this was a very huge spike out of the third deviation, but this is news releases, so this is not something that I really want to focus on. But basically, just pay attention that you can use the RSI oscillator as a confirmation. For example, right here we have this breach of the third deviation start to move up, and as we can see on the RSI, we're also near the oversold area. And of course, you can use this on different time frames. I wanted to kind of show you that example on a higher time frame, as you can see. But basically, you can just use them together. With the double Bollingers, look for a touch or a breach of the third deviation, and the RSI oscillator can serve as a helper to confirm signals. Now, another way that you can use the RSI oscillator very quickly is to identify areas of divergence. I'm not going to get too deep into this, but divergence means that the price and the indicator are showing opposite signals. So for example, the price is rising and creating higher highs while the RSI is stalling or actually pointing down. So this is called a divergence, and we are actually going to follow the oscillator in this situation. So basically, let me just show you right here. It was that yellow line that I marked. Okay, so we're looking at the 4-hour time frame, Euro US dollar. Okay, let me take this line off. All right, so we're looking at the RSI oscillator right here, and we're looking at the price right here. As you can see, the price is, let me make this a little bit bigger. The price is trying to break above this 20 moving average. The price is making higher highs. We see that the price is increasing, but we see on the oscillator, we see that it's stalled at the 50 mark, and actually as this candle still created a higher high, we see that the RSI oscillator is already pointing down, and as we can see, the price did start moving down. So this was just a brief example that I did find on the Euro US dollar that I can show you right now. So these are some different ways that you can start using the, practicing using the Bollinger Bands. You can try out these different strategies, try it with the RSI oscillator and see how it works for you. Now, my friends, lastly, what I want to speak to you about today is going to be about a hybrid Bollinger Bands indicator that Olymp trade analysts developed. It works in a similar manner, but it's displayed as an oscillator. The indicator is called Inversion Bollinger. Let me go ahead and put it on. Inversion Bollinger. Just a brief second here. So, as I mentioned, it does work in a similar manner, but is displayed as an oscillator. The only thing that I want to mention is that the Inversion Bollinger Band indicator becomes available on level 9 of the Trader's Way on the advanced status. And it also becomes available automatically if you upgrade to the expert status. Or the third option, how you can get this indicator, is you can purchase it from the market right here. You can go to my inventories. Basically, I do have the expert status, so I do have the Inversion Bollinger, but you can purchase it if you'd like to from the market as well. My friends, if you do not know what the Trader's Way is or what different statuses mean, here is the link to 3 videos that you are going to need to see to get familiarized. We have the starter status, we have the advanced status, and we have the expert status. And likewise, we have the Trader's Way with different advantages, with different bonuses, with different daily tasks and XP points. So if you're new or you're not too familiar about this, definitely check out that playlist. But basically, just a very brief explanation. I just want to show you this indicator. And it does work better during calm markets, not like super trending. And what we have is potential entry points when the indicator line, let me just show you, forgive me, you do have to change the settings. So we click on the little pencil. And so what we have is called sigmas. So we have the second sigma, we have the third sigma, we have -2 sigma and -3 sigma, okay? So we have entry points, potential entry points. Whenever the price, this line on the Inversion Bollinger, when it's crossing the -2 sigma from top to bottom, so from the overbought area down, so this is a potential signal to enter a downtrade. As you can see, the price did decrease. Or whenever the price crosses the -2 sigma from the bottom up, so coming back from the oversold area. And likewise right here, so basically we did have several candles going up. Another thing that you can do is you can look for a breach of the third sigma. And of course, this would be now. This was not the perfect signal here. And of course, not all indicators are going to work 100% all the time. This is why you have to study the chart, see what's going on, with the general market conditions. Right here, we are trending. We're in an uptrend. So obviously, you have to consider different areas. So we are looking for, if you breach the third sigma, great. a very good potential signal to enter a downtrade. And likewise, we look for these areas of the crosses back from the overbought down or from the oversold up. Now, my friends, I have a short video that explains the inversion Bollinger Band indicator more in detail. I just don't want to get into it too much for those of you who are watching and don't have the inversion Bollinger at this time. So if you do have the indicator, or if you would like to watch a more in-depth video on it, please go ahead and check out this video that I posted in chat right now. Now, my friends, I do want to mention that I'm very interested, and also, you know, other analysts and Yaroslav, we're all interested to find out what indicators, what topics, what strategies are interesting for you. What would you like for us to talk about during these live webinars? What topics are interesting for you? What indicators would you like to have explained? And my friends, go ahead and leave your reply in the comments section below this video once it's posted on the YouTube channel. So it's going to be about, you know, 10 minutes or so, maybe 15 minutes. And don't forget to include your account ID number. Tomorrow, Yaroslav is going to have a really awesome stream about the stochastics and how oscillators measure money waves. So it's going to be a super stream. It's going to be at the same time as today, 1 p.m. UTC plus 0. So once again, my friends, don't post them in chat. Once again, leave them in the comments section below this video. And don't forget to leave your account ID. And tomorrow, Yaroslav is going to raffle some risk-free trades by randomly choosing the comments below the video. But likewise, we'll have your awesome feedback so that we can plan our future streams with the topics that are most interesting for you, because, you know, we are here for you. We're here for your education to advance your trading, Let's see here. Shaitan is asking, ma'am, if I go to expert status by depositing money, will I get all the privileges that are of the beginning? Yes. If you advance to the expert status, you automatically have every, like there are different, for example, you have the moving average advisor on different status levels during the traders where you have different advantages that open for you. So yes, whenever you have the expert status, you do have all the previous privileges as well. Not from the trader's way, like these, for example, like these tasks that you have to complete, these steps. Like once you get to the expert status, you have to complete these steps to get these bonuses. But there are a few other bonuses on the other statuses, like different strategies and different additional indicators that you will have access to. Let's see here. Kirill or Cyril is saying, I prefer Forex now. Fixed time trading will never make me money. But you know what? And that's why Olymp Trade is such an awesome platform, because you have two trading instruments at your fingertips in one place. Some people prefer Forex, and I kind of want to say I used to trade Forex more, but I've really gotten into the fixed time trading lately. But you know, you can use both of these tools to your advantage. But whatever your preference is, go get it. Let's see here. Shin Kali has made a profit of $1,200 today. Nice, Bollinger Band. Whoop, whoop. Congratulations. Alrighty, my friends, I just want to thank you all for joining today. I hope that you got some useful information, and I hope that you are going to practice using the Bollinger Bands. Don't forget that you have your demo account. Apply these Bollinger Bands to your charts. See how you like them, how they work for you, and I do hope that they are going to bring you a good profit. I do want to remind you, my friends, to please make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed my masterclass, and of course ring the bell so that you don't miss out on new publications and releases. And likewise, I do hope to see all of you on our social networks, as always, on Facebook and Instagram. There's so much going on, so much information, so many contests, prizes, and more. So, my friends, I thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next time.